Oftentimes we get asked by clients and prospects, like, what's it like to bring marketing intent into the mix of their marketing team, collaborating with them, working with them. So today we're going to get really candid and peel back the layers on what that feels like, what it how it works, and get a firsthand perspective from somebody who has been in the client's shoes and is now with marketing intent. So Lindsay Bouchard joined us in June of 2024, and she had previously been at one of our clients, and she's now acting as a strategic accounts director with marketing intent, managing client relationships. And Lindsay, I know when we started working with you when you were at Bonaventure, somebody else contacted us at Marketing Intent, started the conversation, and just wanted to get your perspective on how did that feel initially when you knew they're chatting with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, Sherry. I know that this conversation came up recently with a client of our own, and I was able to chime in with our client perspective because I've been in those shoes, as you mentioned. So, yes, when I was working at Bonaventure as our strategic marketing director, I was working closely with our capital markets team, and an individual, our head of capital markets, recognized that there was a gap in what we were trying to do and how we were trying to achieve it. I was also managing, filling in a maternity leave for a marketing colleague of mine on my team. So not only were we slightly short staffed, but there were a couple of key initiatives that needed to happen rather quickly. And again, that head of capital markets recognized that we could use some help. So he engaged you all at marketing intent, and we were able to onboard you rather quickly, which is just, it was a pleasant experience. There was really not a lot of work or heavy lifting in order to get you all started on the projects that we needed help with. I think oftentimes, if you're sitting in the marketing seat, like I am, you hear, okay, we're going to bring on a new vendor. And
Mhm.
immediately, a lot of times, your gut feeling is, oh my gosh, that's just added so many more hours of work to my plate to
Mhm.
hand over collateral, hand over assets, images, brand guides, everything that you would need to get started. And it almost becomes sometimes a little analysis paralysis.
Mhm.
It's a daunting task to get a new vendor up to speed. You know that the end goal will be great
Right.
once they are operating at the level you need them to operate, but sometimes that just takes so long. So I have to say that it was actually the exact opposite of that in my previous experience when we were onboarding with marketing intent. It was quick, it was easy. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that you all have such deep industry knowledge and you were able to quickly identify, speak our lingo, and really hit the ground running with what the head of capital markets was looking for in those key deliverables. And so we just lobbed up a couple of projects to you guys, and you knocked it out of the park. It was great.
Yeah, great. That's great feedback, and we appreciated doing those projects.